Welcome, my name is Andrea and you're watching Andreabites. This is my very first YouTube video and I'm really excited for my first recipe on here to be Yupik fry bread. This recipe is very close to home as this is something I grew up eating a lot. And my grandma used to make fry bread all the time and it was one of my favorite things to look forward to. Every fry bread looks a little different in other native communities. Ours is circular and it has like upwards of 7 holes in it. And so I'm really excited to share. Please note, every family has a different recipe, every community has a different style. And so this is just what I've been passed down, like from my direct grandmother. I am making this particular YouTube video because I know I have like cousins and family members who've been wanting to learn how to make fry bread. And we've been all like giving each other recipes back and forth for the past couple of years, but my goal is to start documenting some of our cooking just so like we can share with each other and have this space as like a learning space. Communities across the US have different styles and types of fry bread, and so no fry bread really looks the same. When I think about Alaska and how we got access to flour and fry bread and some of the more like modern foods that we have today, is back in the day our communities relied on subsistence, and in Alaska we're very like fish, fat, berry community, and that's kind of the stuff that we grew up with considering we were in the Arctic and it was a little more cold land. Flour was something that we traded with like furs or fish, and so from the history that I've learned in the books I read, that was like how we came to have flour. I don't know the original origin of our fry bread, but I just know that it's been in my family and my community for as long as I can remember. I'm really excited to share this recipe. Before I cook, I like to wrap my hair. I clip my hair up, and then here's a scarf that my grandma gave me. If you aren't too familiar with Native communities, these scarves are like a staple for like all grandmas, I feel. But she sent me these a few months ago, so I'm excited to whip this out. And then yeah, I just tie my hair back so I don't get oil. Okay, scarf on and I'm ready. Okay, I don't know how to film where you can see my counter, so this is what I have going on. You're gonna need flour, sugar, canned milk, pancake mix, and sea salt. Don't forget you also need like some sort of yeast. This is my favorite yeast. I like use this all the time because it's so easy and it's grab and go. But what we're gonna do for starters is separate our wet and dry ingredients. First, we're gonna get a half a cup of flour and a half a cup of pancake mix. Oh, nice. Okay, half a cup of flour. Also, normally don't sit down in my kitchen, but I don't know how to like film and also get me and my counter. So this is a learning journey for the both of us. Okay, and a half a cup of pancake mix. Here, I just add a pinch of salt. And I'm just mixing it with my hands. This is all ratios. So I use 3 cups of like flour pancake mix to 1 cup of liquid. In here, we have a half can of that canned milk. And then I'm going to fill it up to 1 cup with water. So half cup of water, half cup of canned milk. Okay, I got my glove on because we're gonna mix with our hands. You can use a mixer, but I have time, and traditionally a lot of us mix with our hands. Spoonfuls of sugar, 1, 2, and then we're gonna add our half water, half canned milk liquid. I'm gonna add my packet of yeast, and then I'm gonna mix with my hands. Well, this smells like cereal to me. I don't know why. This is my first video on YouTube. I'm going to introduce myself a little bit. So my name is Andrea. I'm originally from Alaska. I'm Yupik Alaska Native on my grandmother's side, and on my grandfather's side, I'm Pennsylvania Dutch German. I love to cook, and a lot of my cooking helps me. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. My audio cut out. Anyway, just my luck. What I was saying was cooking has really helped me connect to myself and my culture. It's a way for me to show love to my friends and my family. And I actually started cooking online on TikTok about 6 months ago. And this really helped me learn how to cook my traditional foods, to start learning a little bit of my Yupik language and also just connecting with other young people who are learning to, one, connect with their culture, two, interested in cooking, and use cooking as a mode for storytelling. Because I live in the city now, so I'm outside of Alaska and I live in Oregon, so cooking has been a way for me to really connect. But we're going to talk about the recipe now, so bear with me. Okay, so now we're gonna start adding our flour mix. You do a little at a time and just mix it with your hand. Okay, I'm putting the rest of the flour mixture in here. It's really important that you listen. You mix it all together until it is like tacky enough to form a dough ball. Once it's a dough ball, I need you to knead that thing to 3 to 5 minutes. You don't see this here, but I want to emphasize knead it. After it's in that little dough ball kneaded, you take some Crisco, as you can see. I use a paper towel, I scoop it in, and I oil the top. Now we let it sit and we'll come back in an hour. I can't make this up. As you saw, my microphone died, so hopefully the voiceover was okay, but I'm back and I'm just using my phone voice. But the dough has risen. As you can see, it's like doubled in size. And now we're gonna shape. I'm dusting my hands with a little flour and I'm just gonna punch this down. Okay, let's shape them. I'm making big pieces. This is the piece compared to my hand. And I am making like a little circle. Smaller, you normally could just use your palm to flatten it out. I'm using my palm to kind of smooth the dough here. Okay, you see this? We're gonna make holes in it now. One in the middle, and then I do about 6 all around. Okay. And then if you need, I just put my fingers back through the holes to make them more prominent. Here's a piece. I know it's not perfect, but that's all right. This is my first video, so a lot of multitasking for YouTube. This is the pan I'm using to fry it. And then the oil, this is the oil I used last time. You can reuse oil like 1 to 2 times, so. All right, I'm gonna heat this up. Fry bread are sisters, not twins, okay? So let's get to frying. What I forgot to mention is I didn't pour the oil from last use directly back in the container. You can clean it and strain it and make sure there's no bits. Yeah, just FYI. Oh my gosh, I'm done. My fry bread didn't turn out as beautiful as I expect, but this is pretty much the gist of it. Please know I let my bread rise a little bit too much tonight. That was with the audio issues, but I think that's okay. Cooking, you mess up sometimes. It's not always perfect, but there's intention and these are still good and they're gonna be delicious. Guyana, I hope this doesn't discourage you. Always try cooking, always try learning your culture, and I appreciate you joining. Thanks for being on my first YouTube video. Bye.